What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have Mike back again. Hey. He's gonna be an absolute beast today, and he's gonna teach us a front lever tutorial. So you guys know that I've been trying to get my front lever for like a million years almost. So today we're gonna go through some awesome drills, build a really strong foundation, and understand the movement pattern to get your front lever. So what's up first?
Okay, so first we got a couple of tests to see if we're ready to work on the progression. So test first, progression second.
Let's see if I pass. Okay. We'll get right into this video. If you guys like it, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's go see if I pass.
So first step is that we got to see if we can do a high knee raise to the chest. And because your front lever is predominantly a lat exercise, it's going to be super important. Ideally, we can do it with straight arms, but we'll test the bent arm first and see if that's a possibility, especially if you're used to bent arm strength. Anybody watching at home, this will be a little bit easier for you to start with the bent arm progression.
Okay, so what's a bent arm one look like versus straight arm?
Yeah, so the bent arm one, you're going to jump to like a pull-up position and lean back, and you're trying to get your ankles as close as you can to the bar. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So right here, this is like weightlessness.
Yes.
This is work, but this is weightlessness. So there's not much going on right here.
Okay, so it's just if I can get myself up there.
You got it.
Okay. Here we go.
Yep. So a little bit of bent. Yeah. Oh, that's a straight one. That's perfect. You skipped ahead. Amazing.
I passed.
Yeah, like way past.
Okay. Step one pass. What's step
Perfect.
two?
Okay, so step number 2 is working on your pull-ups. So if you can already do like, let's say 5 pull-ups, but you've been at that progression for a long time, you want to make sure that you're consistently leveling that up.
Okay.
A lot of athletes I've seen, this is more of a correlation, but a lot of athletes I've seen have at least 15 plus pull-ups. I've also seen athletes do it with less than that for sure, but definitely at some point you want to be working on your weighted pull-up. So we don't necessarily have to do 15 pull-ups today, but we're going to see what your weighted pull-up looks like with that 25 pounds.
Okay, so this is what we did similar to the muscle up.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys remember, we did a muscle up video and I had to do weighted pull-ups for that one too. So.
Yeah, so now we're going to bring them back and see if you've been working on them.
Low-key, no. How many are we going for?
Let's go for 3 on the third one, if we can do a 5-second iso hold at the top. Really going to tax your back first.
I haven't done these low-key since the last time I think we trained.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I bet you can do it. Here we go. 1, nice. 2, easy, and 3. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. Amazing. That's awesome. So the isometric hold helps a lot because it will just translate into that sheer strength in your lats. And a lot of upper back muscles as well too. Yeah. But definitely lat strength for sure.
Okay.
Cool.
Whew. Okay, so that was step 2, or this was a test?
This is a test still.
That was still the test, guys.
Still the test.
Jeez. Okay, so we passed test 1 and 2.
Yep.
And then there's only 2, right?
Yep. Now we get to work on the progression.
All right, let's see what's up next.
Yeah. All right, so progression number 1 is going to be a high scap pull. So a lot of people are used to the regular scap pull, just shrugging their shoulders. This one we're going to extend the back and try and bring our chest as high as we can to the bar.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab this way here and lift up there and bring it back down. Ideally with straight arms the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. See if we can do 1 to 3. And legs are completely dead weight.
Dead weight, okay.
Yep. And lift chest, 1. That's beautiful. Okay. Yeah, and 2, easy. Even more dead weight from the waist down. And 3. There, that's it. That's lat city. Woo. All right.
That's hard.
Awesome.
Okay, so the point of that one is almost to kind of, because your weight's dead from like your waist down,
you got
pretty much almost get to parallel.
Yeah, and this would be the harder version, I'd say, of the front lever, because you can always come from bottom down, which is what we're doing. And you can also go from top down from like a muscle up. So every athlete's going to be different. Right? Because you're really good with straight arm strength, this one will probably be more beneficial for you, but it will also be more impressive as well too from an athletic standpoint.
Really? Okay, yeah, because I always see calisthenic athletes do like the muscle up and then they drop right into it. That's the muscle up when you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's you start bent arm and you go straight. This one we're starting straight and up. So
gotcha, okay.
I think this one's a lot harder for a lot of people who don't necessarily come with straight arm strength. The cool thing about this is that it will also show us if we have straight arm strength mixed with lat strength, right?
Okay.
So something you can have like bent arm strength, and like lat strength separately, or straight arm strength and lat strength as well. But this one here, you get to use both at the same time. So if you try and raise up and you're constantly bending your arms,
then
you probably,
you
need to work on the straight arm.
Okay, that's good to know. I always thought front lever was always just full lat. So the fact that I can use my straight arm strength gives me a little bit of hope here. Okay.
Yes. Predominantly lat, but yeah, you need to, for it to be considered a front lever, it has to be locked in.
Nice straight line. Okay, cool.
So good times.
All right, drill 2.
Drill number 2, yes. Okay, so the next progression is learning the progressions. so one quick thing for everybody watching at home, in calisthenics, a static hold is considered a static hold if you get a 3-second hold. So when we're training, we want to make sure that the hardest position that we hit is at least 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And you could, let's say you could do a full front lever for 3 seconds, you start with that progression, and then you would move backwards if it starts to fade, right?
Gotcha.
So let's say you have a 10-second front lever, and then set 2, you have a 3-second front lever, set 3, you can't do it at all, then you have to find a progression.
Gotcha.
Or regression, yes, exactly.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'll quickly go through the steps right now.
Let's see them all.
Okay, so I'll try and do them all together. So you have your straight arm front lever, then you have your straddle, then you have single leg a little bit more tucked, advanced tucked. You also have half lay. Half lay actually should have probably been after straddle.
Okay.
It's a little bit harder, but some people actually find it easier depending on how their core is doing, whether they have a dragon flag or not. So we'll run through all the progressions right now.
I think I have like one of those progressions. I can do tuck, and I think I can do single leg, but I don't know if my arms are perfectly straight.
Now, here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna use that first thing that we did with the high knees, test number 1, and we're gonna come from the top down. That'll be a little bit easier to engage lats and a little bit of rhomboid strength just to make sure that we can hit that horizontal plane. If your hips dip below horizontal, it's no longer, no bueno.
No rep, you're counted out, you're done.
Exactly, so we need straight arms, straight hips at all times.
Okay.
I actually wouldn't even consider my half lay that I did at the end there a rep at all. So.
Silly, I mean, he just did like 3 different front levers in a row, but I mean, that last one, nope.
No, I'm gonna take it away, so. Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to try the tuck one first?
Yeah, so we'll try the tuck, and any time your knees move past the bar, so let's say you're in that high tuck, you come down to horizontal, if your knees move past the bar, then it's gonna be way harder. You feel your lats right away.
Okay.
Okay, so face this way.
Okay, so we're gonna go all the way to the top?
Yep, so high knee tuck, perfect. Okay, so now we slowly bring it down until we're about horizontal right there. Now slowly start bringing your knees out. That's it, good. And 3, 2, 1, knees back in, and then back down. Perfect. Woo. Awesome. So my hand was there just to make sure that you're at horizontal.
Yeah, just kind of like tactile feedback, letting me know where I am.
Exactly. I'm not supporting whatsoever. If anything, it was like 1% help. Yeah. So that's good.
It's a lot of percent. That 1% counts.
It does. So that's perfect. So now what we can try, here's the interesting thing. Advanced tuck is probably where you want to accumulate a lot of time. Yeah. And
advanced tuck is tuck. Oh, that wasn't words. Advanced tuck is tough. There we go.
Yes, that's a lot. It is very tough. So essentially what we want to do is over time, work our way up to 20 seconds in that position.
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Woo, that's long.
Yeah.
20 seconds on a front lever is like it's like 10 minutes in real time, I swear.
It really is like time. If you want to slow down time, you either do planche or front lever.
Yes, literally.
Those
quite
are the
literally.
two.
Okay, so we're going to try to do 3 seconds in the advanced tuck? Or you
3 seconds in the advanced tuck, no hand helping you this time.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if I can get to advanced tuck. Let's try.
Yeah, you're pretty much in it before, So we'll come down. Yeah, a little bit lower right there, and then knees forward. 3, 2, 1, and done. Beautiful. That was perfect.
Really?
Yeah, that was really good. Cool.
That's good.
Awesome.
Question, because I know for back lever this makes a difference, our hand position. So whenever I do back lever, everyone tells me to put my hands closer.
Yes.
For a front lever, is it the same thing?
So that's actually a really good question, and it will depend on the athlete. But one thing we can say for certain is ultra wide is like ultra lat city. Like if you
ultra lat
city. So if you want to feel your lats, you never felt them before, try a front lever from here because it's really hard.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think I see many athletes doing it super wide.
No, it's actually quite impressive. And quick little tidbit, if you can do a wide one, you could probably do a typewriter front lever, working on that, but you'll see it later. Yeah,
cool.
It's pretty fun.
That'll be in like 2025 for me.
Exactly. Well, me too, actually, to be honest.
Okay, so 2030 for me.
That's a hard one. So yeah, but a little bit closer grip definitely will help you with other front lever moves as well too. So for example, when you start working on touch front levers,
like the pulling ones where you touch hips. Okay.
Yep. Or like the front lever pulls, or the touch front levers where you start at the top and then come down.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almost certainly closer grip will help, and it might have to do a little bit with the rhomboids and the way the lats are attached to the body, but again, it's really going to be person dependent, and you got to feel it out for yourself.
Okay, yeah.
For sure.
I think myself, I do find it easier if my hands are closer together because I don't have ultra lats. Not yet.
Not yet. They're coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is, so we've done the closed tuck one.
Yeah.
Like the regular one. Then we've done the advanced tuck. So then after that would be.
We're gonna try the single leg. Now for some people, this will actually be easier than the advanced tuck. Because in this one here,
I can like pull that front knee in, right?
You got
kind of like bow and arrow it almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in a way, like we'll see what this looks like, but it could actually be even better.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's see.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. Just gonna go up to the top. Nice. And I'll let you know when you're at 90. Yeah, right there. Front leg out. Good. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. 3, 2, 1. That's amazing.
Woo!
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was really, really good.
I do find that one easier for me because again, like you said, I can really like pull this knee in.
Yes.
And then I feel like I have better connection too when my one leg is out straight, so I can like squeeze my glutes, push my hips up easier.
Yes.
Than in the advanced tucks. In the advanced tuck, I feel like I cave too much and then I lose all lats.
Yeah, so another quick little tip about this point here. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning.
It's okay.
But if anybody is familiar with the retraction, that will definitely help you in this position. So that's essentially just bringing your shoulder blades back. Now there's definitely, I think it was a few years ago, there was like a debate on the internet. I think everybody agrees now. When you're in a front lever, you should be thinking retraction. However, most athletes will present as protracted. The most important thing with this is thinking about retraction. So you're thinking about breaking the bar sideways.
Like pulling apart this way, right?
Pulling apart this way. Now, even if you can't visibly retract it, you need to be thinking that.
You need to think, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think I remember that argument on the internet a while ago.
Yes,
I was like, how do I front lever?
I was looking at it, I was like, bro, how do you retract it?
How do you protract and retract at the same time?
Yeah, I'm like, what? But I definitely, with evolving the front lever, you guys will feel it. I'll show you, I can't quite yet do it in the full front lever, like with a deep retraction, but I'll show you in the advanced tuck what it kind of looks like.
Okay, yeah.
So from here, right, let's say I'm in my advanced tuck. So this is protracted, this is retracted.
Ah, okay.
Right, protracted, retract.
Yeah, you can really tell, and just like the distance away you are from the bar, like you can really tell you're breaking the bar, bringing yourself a little bit closer.
Yeah. Now from what I hear, when you retract, it will help you with your one arm front levers eventually and all that stuff. I say from what I hear because I'm still on that journey myself.
I'm not even close to that journey, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
That's okay, 2025.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna redo this one.
Yeah, we're gonna come back with a one arm front lever.
Exactly, both of them.
That'd be crazy. Woo!
So those are pretty much our progressions. We can try straddle, and what I'll do for this, I'll just spot your low back if that's okay. All right, so go to the top, nice, up, and then you're gonna have to have your hips over there, or your legs over there, like in an L, and then pop one straight, straddle, good, come on down nice and slow. Good, 3, 2, 1, and done.
Woo! Okay, so that was definitely more than 1% for Mike helping. That was like a good 80% for Mike.
No.
20% for me.
They could see fingertips on the video, I swear. Yeah. That was maybe like, I'd say 15 to 25.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Straddle feels significantly harder.
So much harder. And like you were mentioning before, you also have to squeeze your glutes and keep your hips up.
Like it's being able to like get this position.
Yeah.
And I do find when I film myself, sometimes I'm pushing so much to my hips and I'll look at the video and it's like,
yeah,
and it's like, how?
Yes. And sometimes that can actually be a product of being too flexible, like in your hip flexors, or having phenomenal back extension, which you definitely do.
Yeah.
So just finding that happy medium.
Like that happy medium, yeah.
Yeah,
where that way you're nice and straight.
You got it. Rib cage is closed, hitting that hollow position, glutes are squeezed, and then not overextending the back if you're flexible in your back.
Yeah, because I do think I arch.
It's okay. It happens.
Okay.
It's a good skill to have.
So in terms of the progressions, if you have your full front lever, you're killing it, you're awesome.
Yep.
But otherwise, you can always modify it to, we'll go hardest to least hardest, which would be the straddle.
Yep.
And for me, the advanced tuck was harder than the single leg for me.
Okay, yeah.
And then the single leg, and then the really tight tuck.
Yeah.
Is how it is for me, but you were saying sometimes the single leg and the advanced tuck are interchangeable with the order.
Absolutely. And then you also have like things like your half lay, your frog position, and
right, yes.
where your kind of feet are together like that.
Yeah.
That will just like depend on the athlete, right? And like if you kind of hit a roadblock, those are other progressions you might consider.
Okay.
Now base level, you want to hit whatever progression you're at after your hardest progression for 20 seconds. So let's say, so I'll show you an example of like, I'll do a front lever and then I'll do the rest of the set, kind of how it would be, how I'm feeling today. Okay. Right? And just like handstand, you'll have good days, you'll have bad days.
Yes, that's calisthenics for you.
Absolutely, yeah. So hopefully today,
hopefully today's a good day.
So 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And ideally I do that for 4 sets.
4 sets.
Yeah, big breaks in between, like 2-minute breaks.
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
Now this is how I train front lever, just as a disclaimer for everybody. There's a ton of different ways you can train front lever, and this will now bring us to the next portion, which is what do you do after your body weight is KO'd? Because now we're tired.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens next. Okay, so now that we've fatigued our entire body with the progressions, we've held something for 20 seconds, whether that's the beginner tuck or the advanced tuck or any of the variations we went over. Now it's time to work on the full position with a little bit of help. So we can do, let's say, another 4 sets if our pull capacity and our lats are feeling okay that day.
Yeah.
Or for everybody watching at home, you can have this on a separate day in which I call full range of motion training, right?
Okay.
So if you're done with those 4 sets and you're fatigued, not a problem. If you can do a little bit more, we grab the bands. So there's many different ways to set up the bands, just like everything else we've been doing today. But one of the most beneficial I find is having this behind your hips. So especially because we're talking about doing this when we're now fatigued. And the cool part about this, and I think you've tried these ones before as well too, but you can play with the distance of the band and how much help you get, regardless of band tension. So today we have like a red and an orange. Bands
Which are very light.
They are very light, and
very
they're
light
different.
bands.
Yeah, they're different from every company as well too. So you're gonna have to play around with the setup you have. Now, depending where I am, right? So if I have the band up here and I'm helping me with my front lever this way, this is gonna be not a lot of help. Right?
Yeah, because it's not supporting your heaviest part of your body.
Exactly,
right?
Which is your legs. Now, if I have it like a little bit lower,
like just above your like bum, basically.
Yeah.
That's the part. That's where I like to put my band.
Yeah, and that's the happy median. That's like you're not super fatigued yet, and then if you have it like below your butt, like over here, then
that's
you're
when
pretty
it's like
fatigued.
super. Yeah,
it's a lot of help.
a lot more support.
Yeah, but if you're still aiming for those like holds and you're just focusing on being in that position, there's still merit to doing it.
Yeah. Just full fatigue, right?
Yep, full fatigue.
Okay.
Cool, so we'll give it a try. For everybody watching at home, you want to make sure that you grab onto the band, because if you're not, then
you'll just want to slip right through.
You will slip right through. Yeah, so you can step into it like that. Cool.
And we want it slightly above my bum. Watch this, a shimmy.
Just a bit above the butt. Now from here, what we're gonna do is hit that full position for our first set and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go close, false grip, try and get a straight arm position. Yeah, right there, and then tuck it out. Okay, and we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring it back in, on the box. Perfect. Awesome. Sweet. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that was really
pretty good. That was actually shocking. I was like,
that was yeah. Now, if anybody needed a little bit more help, depending on their band setup, they can be more aggressive with it. So you put more of the band this way here.
Yeah, just to bring more tension, more support.
Exactly. Now, if you want less help, then you put less of the band, so less help right there.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because it provides almost limitless ways for you to scale your front lever training after fatigue. So
interesting. Yeah. See, I always do it. I should start practicing it this way because I do it where I like loop the band through, and then in which case I'm almost more limited because I exceed the band a lot faster because I don't have as much flexibility with moving it. So this is a good little lesson I'm learning today.
Oh, that's nice, right? So hopefully it can translate into training.
Yes.
Perfect. So we'll try one more set, and when you fatigue in this one here, it can be whenever.
Yeah.
I want you to try and go straddle then.
Straddle. Okay. So I am going to loosen it just a touch.
Yep. Yep.
And we'll see how we go.
A little bit harder with this one. Perfect. So we'll hit the full again if we can. 5, 4, 3, 2. Straddle if possible. Pop the hips just a little bit more. Yep. There we go. 5, 3, 2, and done. That was amazing. There you go. So that's after we've done all the progressions. Now you got a cumulative 10-second hold in arguably the 2 hardest positions.
Yes, so, definitely for me the 2 hardest. So I heard from one of my friends And this is, I don't know if this is like, you know how like there's bro knowledge for bodybuilding?
Yep.
I think this might be bro knowledge for calisthenics.
Yeah.
But they said basically that if you can hold a tuck lever for a minute with the red band, you can do a full front lever.
I still think it depends on the athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do, because I've seen some wild things with teaching students or whatever. I think that's a good baseline to have. Like, also too, when we think about that, you're holding on to the bar for a minute. So
it's a long time.
That's a long time. So bare minimum, that will make everything else a lot better. But I still think it depends. Good milestone to aim for. Not sure if it necessarily falls into the bro sciencey thing, but like,
do you think, because I think it's almost like he was saying that in order to move on from a next step, you have to be able to hit a minute.
That's a very good thing, but if it's also like your hands that are fatiguing, because let's say you don't work enough like grip strength on the bars or something, right? That may or may not be accurate, but it definitely depends on the person, and the type of athlete. Like for me, like a minute's not. I do a lot of sets and reps, so a minute's not that long for me to hold on to the bar.
Here I am, 10 seconds.
No, that's okay. Yeah. But so for me, I go based off of, because of the high volume and like my back can kind of handle an apocalypse right now. Yeah. I go more on like the lat fatigue than I go on the grip fatigue. So now if I could do it retracted for a minute, for me, definitely I would move on from that, because that's like humongous.
That's
way different.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah,
good milestone to aim for.
Whenever you're like doing your own training, you obviously want to be able to plan out, okay, I've hit this, now I progress to this type thing.
Yes.
Just to have like those small little milestones, baby steps towards the big picture at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that like anybody who is holding it for a minute, you're gonna have some advanced movement in your front lever. So definitely a good thing to aim for.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
So is that it for these tutorials, or like these progressions today?
Yeah, these progressions today. So today we kind of covered where you might think about starting your front lever. I would start with those tests, very important.
Yes.
And then in later videos, we'll go over accessory stuff.
There's going to be a part 2 to front levers, because these things are so hard to learn. So that is it for today's video. This was tutorial number 1 for front lever. We're going to be back with number 2 later, because this is such a hard skill to learn. There's so many different ways to train it. So Mike's going to take us through it all. If you guys don't already know, Mike does his in-person training out of Mississauga, out of the lab, as well as online as well. So make sure to check him out, Mike Unbreakable on Instagram. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you guys for tutorial number 2.
See you in the next one.